In her captivating book, Humanly Possible, Sarah Bakewell masterfully traces the intricate origins of humanism within the realms of literature and science, unearthing its profound influence throughout history. By interweaving the captivating narratives of visionary humanist thinkers, the book not only illuminates our present understanding of humanity but also presents a roadmap to forge deeper connections with our lives and environment through the lens of humanist beliefs and pursuits. Humanism, a venerable philosophical stance with an enduring legacy, places paramount importance on the fundamental qualities that define our shared humanity: our capacity for reason, intrinsic dignity, and the immense value of our creative and benevolent endeavors. Significantly, it transcends reliance on religious convictions, offering an inclusive framework for personal growth and societal progress. Embarking on a fascinating journey spanning 7 centuries, we delve into the lives of key humanists such as Petrarch, Boccaccio, Pizan, Erasmus, Montaigne, Voltaire, and Thomas Mann, witnessing the evolution of this profound idea that shapes our perception of ourselves and the world. Chapter 1: Unveiling the Quest for Humanity, Embracing Humanism's Timeless Essence. In a poignant tale from 2017, Hamza bin Walayat, a young Pakistani residing in Britain, sought asylum based on the belief that his humanist convictions would imperil him if he returned to Pakistan. During his interviews with the UK's Home Office, Hamza was prompted to define humanism, wherein he eloquently evoked the freethinkers of the Enlightenment era. However, his assessors remained unconvinced, skeptical of his commitment to this enigmatic concept called humanism. Hamza encountered a formidable challenge, for humanism lacks a flag, creed, or church. Instead, it stands as a philosophical stance, tracing its roots back centuries. The truth that Hamza expressed was that humanism, akin to any unapproved belief, is subject to punishment in Pakistan and various other nations. These conservative societies perceive humanism as a threat, as it questions the need for scriptural guidance and instead emphasizes the power of conscience in dictating moral behavior. At its core, humanism celebrates our species' inherent humanness and encourages exploration and appreciation of it. Humanists champion free thinking, inquisitiveness, knowledge acquisition, discovery, and the preservation of all things relating to humanity. Above all, they embody the profound hope that arises when acknowledging the remarkable advancements in technology, the awe-inspiring works of art, and the compassionate acts of benevolence that humans are capable of. It is unsurprising that Hamza struggled to convey the essence of humanism to his assessors. After all, an institution designed to determine worthiness based on arbitrary boundaries cannot inherently embody humanism. However, Hamza's narrative takes a joyous turn when Humanists UK intervened, petitioning the Home Office to reconsider his case. In the process, they helped shape new training protocols for assessors, ensuring fair treatment of non-religious asylum seekers. Before long, Hamza found himself elected to the Board of Trustees of the very institution that had provided him sanctuary in the UK. While it is unlikely that Hamza's assessors could have been swayed by anything less than references to ancient Greek philosophers who were not even humanists themselves, there is immense value in comprehending the threads of humanism that have woven through history for the past 700 years. Rather than focusing on organized movements, which were scarce in the realm of humanism, we gain understanding by delving into the lives of humanist luminaries who have shaped our world through their contributions to art, science, and culture. Chapter 2: The Teenage Rebellion That Reshaped History, Petrarch, Boccaccio, and the Birth of Humanism. In the 14th century, 2 remarkable individuals, Francesco Petrarca, known as Petrarch, and Giovanni Boccaccio, laid the foundation for what we now recognize as humanism. Their defiance of conventional expectations, a quintessential act of teenage rebellion, sparked a transformative movement. Petrarch's father, a notary, and Boccaccio's father, a merchant, insisted their sons follow in their footsteps, but the young men courageously chose literature instead. At the heart of humanism lies an unwavering dedication to seeking knowledge and unearthing the treasures of the past. Petrarch's passion for collecting manuscripts knew no bounds. He would even provide wish lists to his traveling friends, hoping to acquire rare works to grace his shelves. His prolific writings encompassed letters, scholarly treatises, and poetry, with his name forever linked to the Petrarchan sonnet, a form still beloved by poets today. Similarly, Boccaccio immersed himself in the study of life and history, achieving fame through his magnum opus, the Decameron, a compilation of 100 tales told during the Black Death. Both Petrarch and Boccaccio experienced the devastating impact of the 14th century bubonic plague, witnessing the loss of beloved ones to this dreadful illness. The profound influence of that era on these writers can be observed in Petrarch's poignant letters to friends, sharing manuscripts on grief throughout history while empathizing with their own struggles. By examining these past humanists, we discover striking parallels to our present times and recognize the importance of embracing our humanity in matters of work, relationships, and collective traumas. Petrarch and Boccaccio teach us that mere eloquence or literary prowess lacks meaning without a genuine connection to our shared human experience. On the other hand, the ability to convey our humanity and communicate it effectively to others lies at the core of all humanistic studies. Thanks to the profound influence of Petrarch and Boccaccio, subsequent generations witnessed the rise of countless artists, writers, explorers, scientists, teachers, librarians, and collectors. These individuals sought to revive and safeguard humanity's past accomplishments while contributing their own creations to an ever-growing archive. While the majority of these humanists were men, we shall now explore a noteworthy exception to this prevailing trend. Chapter 3: Unveiling the Forgotten Pioneers, Women Humanists of the Renaissance. In 1984, a thought-provoking paper titled, "Did Women Have a Renaissance?" by historian Joan Kelly Gadel challenged conventional notions. Regrettably, the answer leaned towards a resounding no. While the 15th century brought some newfound opportunities for women, the majority of families still saw little reason to invest in their daughters' education. However, amidst these constraints, a few remarkable women humanists emerged and left an indelible mark on history. Born in Venice in 1364, Christine de Pizan led an extraordinary life. Settling in France, she acquired fluency in both French and her native Italian, with some speculating that she even mastered Latin. At the age of 15, she married and subsequently faced heart-wrenching tragedy when her husband and father passed away within a year of each other. Left alone to support her children and mother, Christine made the bold decision to sustain herself by producing written works under the patronage of affluent nobles. Her diverse repertoire covered subjects ranging from ethics and politics to war, and she also ventured into the realm of love poetry. However, her most renowned creation was The Book of the City of Ladies, an exquisite blend of imitation and response to Boccaccio's Decameron. Within Christine's opus, women's capabilities shone brightly through a collection of empowering stories. Joining the ranks of women who embraced the humanist path forged by Petrarch and Boccaccio were Laura Sarita and Cassandra Fedele. Like Petrarch, Laura compiled her letters as literary works, while Cassandra, displaying immense intellect, sent her letters to a revered tutor of the prominent Medici family. Although her tutor condescendingly praised her but ultimately disregarded her, Cassandra persisted. Eventually, she became prioress of an orphanage and, at the remarkable age of 90, delivered a welcome speech in Latin during the Polish queen's visit to Venice in 1556. Amidst these exceptional women, it is crucial to acknowledge that humanism, as a burgeoning philosophy, lacked diverse voices and was predominantly confined to Italy. However, the winds of change were on the horizon, poised to reshape the course of history. Chapter 4: The Trailblazers of Enlightenment, Erasmus, Montaigne, and the Humanist Renaissance. In the year 1480, a profound speech delivered by Rudolf Agricola, a Dutch humanist, resounded within the walls of a school in the Netherlands. He extolled the value of education, emphasizing not the conventional schooling, but the pursuit of personal enlightenment through disciplines like history, philosophy, and poetry. Rather than relying on translated materials, Agricola urged students to delve into primary sources, seeking knowledge firsthand. Among the captivated audience was a young boy named Desiderius Erasmus of Rotterdam, who would go on to become one of the most celebrated humanists in history. Erasmus, a prolific writer, showcased a diverse range of literary styles, from dialogues to theological treatises and collections of proverbs. Having suffered regular punishment and beatings during his school years, Erasmus developed an aversion to cruelty and intimidation. In his view, the essence of human nature was destined for peace and love. He believed that clues to this inherent harmony could be found within the human body itself. Just as birds possess feathers and wings to signify their capacity for flight, humans bear expressive eyes, embracing arms, and tender bodies, designed to flourish in safe and peaceful environments. Alongside his conviction in the goodness of humanity, Erasmus championed the significance of a comprehensive education and diverse connections. He famously advocated for diversity, encouraging individuals to freely traverse boundaries, form numerous friendships, exchange knowledge, and adopt alternative perspectives. In 1987, an organization emerged to facilitate student mobility and educational opportunities across European countries. Known as the European Region Action Scheme for the Mobility of University Students, or Erasmus+, the name bears a deliberate homage to the influential legacy of Erasmus. Following Erasmus's footsteps, this time in France, was Michel de Montaigne, 1533 to 1592. Nurtured by his humanist father in the humanities, Montaigne received a rich and profound Latin education. Like Erasmus, he abhorred violence, and during a tumultuous era of civil unrest in France, he witnessed horrifying executions of those suspected of ties with the devil. Montaigne detested these atrocities and infused his unique imprint upon humanism. His approach involved deconstructing ideas he encountered and reassembling them with his distinctive twist. We owe Montaigne our gratitude for popularizing the personal essay form. Well before the 20th century modernist movement, Montaigne embraced a stream of consciousness writing style, reveling in the realm of inquiry and remaining open to change. Montaigne liberated humanist thinkers from the clutches of religious dogma without forsaking religion entirely. Instead, he left religious writings to others and focused solely on capturing the essence of human experiences. For Montaigne, life and humanity were divine gifts, and to harbor self-hatred would be an affront to that precious endowment. Instead, he dedicated his writing to express his love for and deep appreciation of this extraordinary gift. Thanks to the profound contributions of Erasmus and Montaigne, humanism underwent a remarkable transformation, assuming a new form during the Enlightenment, a pivotal period in intellectual history. Chapter 5: Shaking the Foundations, Voltaire, Humanism, and the Enlightenment. In the year 1755, a devastating earthquake struck Lisbon, Portugal, while its inhabitants sought solace within the confines of their churches. Tragically, many who survived the earthquake met their demise in the ensuing tsunami, resulting in an estimated death toll of around 70,000. The profound impact of this calamity reverberated across the continent, leaving a lasting imprint on European consciousness. During this era, the prevailing doctrine propagated by the Church espoused that everything transpiring in the world was ultimately for the greater good. According to this belief, God had crafted the world in its optimal form, suggesting that any alternative reality would be far inferior. Consequently, people were urged to set aside personal afflictions and embrace the grand design of God's plan. Yet, humanists scattered throughout Europe began to reject this philosophy, seeking a more profound understanding of the human experience. Among these dissenting voices, one of the most renowned figures emerged, Voltaire, 1694 to 1778. Voltaire penned his magnum opus, Candide, as a direct response to the Lisbon earthquake. The novel follows two individuals initially entrenched in the notion of all is good. However, as a series of misfortunes befall them, doubt creeps into their minds. Candide, the central character, gradually realizes that the all is good ideal is nothing more than a superficial optimism. It conveniently absolves individuals of any responsibility or agency in improving their world. Ultimately, Candide and his companions choose to forge a communal existence, focusing on cultivating their own gardens, an allegorical representation of actively contributing to the betterment of the world. Voltaire, alongside countless other humanists, occupied a space at the intersection of humanism and the Enlightenment. Within this context, humanist enlightenment entailed ascribing equal importance to the human condition as to divine matters. Many humanists of this epoch embraced deism, positing that while a divine entity may have once existed, it no longer took an active interest in humanity. This humanist enlightenment fostered a belief in the power of human agency to shape their own lives and the world around them. While acknowledging that natural disasters like earthquakes were inevitable, humanists sought to construct buildings capable of withstanding such forces. They recognized that combating illness might not be entirely feasible, but through scientific research, they endeavored to discover methods to alleviate its severity. Furthermore, in matters of morality, Enlightenment humanists championed the primacy of human empathy as the guiding force toward a more virtuous world. In the wake of the Lisbon earthquake, Voltaire and his fellow humanists embarked on a transformative journey, challenging prevailing doctrines and championing the potential of human intellect and compassion to navigate the complexities of existence. Their endeavors laid the foundation for a profound intellectual and philosophical shift that would shape the course of human history. Chapter 6: Embracing Humanity's Imperfect Journey, From Erasmus to Modern Humanism. Critics of Erasmus pointed to his refusal to confront the inherent darkness within humanity. His writings lacked the Machiavellian realism that acknowledged man's capacity for evil, leaving a critical question unanswered by humanism. In the tumultuous 20th century, this darker side of humanity materialized in the harrowing forms of fascism and subsequent anti-humanist sentiments. Among those grappling with the shortcomings of Erasmus's beliefs was the German writer Thomas Mann, 1875 to 1955. Initially advocating for authors to remain apolitical, Mann's convictions were shattered when Hitler and Mussolini dismantled humanist education, replacing it with manipulative ideologies to mold citizens for their own malevolent ends. Mann could no longer remain silent, taking a courageous stand against fascism through impassioned speeches and powerful works of fiction. Forced to flee to Switzerland to safeguard his life and his family, Mann became an unwavering voice against tyranny. In 1941, during his sojourn in California, Mann penned the profound novel, Dr. Faustus, and delivered radio addresses to the German people, illuminating the truth of their country's plight. In one poignant broadcast, he implored individuals to reject the encroaching evil and violence, urging them to embrace hope as a transformative force. Yet, even after the war's end, Mann encountered a new source of frustration in the form of McCarthyism, a political campaign that spread fear of communism. Disheartened, he sought solace by returning to Switzerland. The world seemed resolutely anti-humanist, as evidenced by William Golding's chilling novel, Lord of the Flies, which depicted a nihilistic despair born from witnessing the horrors of the modern age. In response to this disheartening climate, a group now known as Humanists International issued a seminal humanist manifesto in 1952. Revised in 2022, the manifesto centers on the ethics of humanism, delineating its principles across diverse societies and underscoring the profound significance of the humanities, art, music, and literature. Today, we witness new iterations of age-old battles manifested in religion-based laws, bigotry, discrimination, and fear of diversity. However, as long as humanity endures, the spirit of humanism persists. Its enduring goal remains unchanged: to live, feel, and embrace our shared humanity by incessantly questioning, proposing new ideas, forging connections, expanding our knowledge and embracing diversity, all while cultivating an unwavering commitment to kindness. Summary: Humanism, with a history spanning at least 7 centuries, urges us to safeguard the distinctive qualities that define our humanity. Petrarch and Boccaccio exemplify the pursuit of scholarly exploration, while Christine de Pizan highlights the enduring contributions of women to the realm of humanism. Erasmus and Montaigne imparted the wisdom of embracing compassion, and Voltaire enlightened us on harnessing our own potential. Moreover, Mann demonstrated the art of navigating through an inhospitable world while upholding human values. Now, thank you for taking the time to watch, and if you found value in this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And in case you want to buy the book, use the link in the description. Trust me, you won't regret it.